How's it going, boys? It's working to bring you specifications you can relate to so you can have an educated decision on your purchases. And we're going to have a special guest on the channel as well today. Going to be Mace, one of my sons. So go ahead, Mace. Say hi.
Hi.
There he is. So he's going to be popping in and out as we go through the video. But this is one that I saw on Instagram. This from Kershaw. This is a speed safe knife that's called the Payout. So I didn't know it was a speed safe knife until I ordered it. So I saw it on Instagram, thought it was really nice. Ordered it, then I found it was. So I don't have a lot of speed safe knives, but that's going to be what this one is here. So also some news coming up. Kershaw is going to be doing a sprint run series. So if you're going to be, just check it out on Instagram. They're going to be releasing it sometime next week. And then also it's going to be on their website. So it's only going to be on their website only. So you're not going to get it through dealer sites. So that's where they said that they're going to be comparable. So they're not going to be at full MSRP that you would normally see for the knives direct. So that's going to be something cool. It's going to be different colors, different steel, of course limited runs, and different handles. So we'll see what the first knife will be sometime next week. So follow them on Instagram, check on their website as well. But this one's going to be one that's going to be pretty good for you if you want to check it out. And then we're going to look at it as far as some of the sizing, because it is a pretty big knife. So we're going to look at kind of the adult male and adult female hands as far as what this is going to look like for you. So if you're going to be actually holding it, it is a fairly good size for it, and then also the adult male side of the handle. And you can print that out in the description below, so you can actually get that for yourself, print it out, see where that's going to fit for yourself. So that's kind of a cool little thing with that. And a new thing also with the weight. So this is going to be about a 5-ounce knife. At least my model came in 5 ounces. Some of the specs were a little bit higher than that. But for 5 ounces, that's going to be quite a bit of quarters. So that's going to be 25 quarters. So that's going to be all these. So if you have those quarters, grab about 25, get that in hand. That's going to be how much this knife weighs. So you can get a better idea as far as what it is for yourself without actually having the knife. So currently the MSRP on this is about $59. Oh, actually MSRP is about $99.99. The actual street price is going to be about $59.95 for it. Lineman pull gauge, to actually do the opening is going to be about 3 pounds 5 ounces. So to actually deploy it, that's going to be on the high side. So for me, a regular flipper is about 2 to 3 pounds is what I would prefer. And then the opening method for it is going to be just a light switch. And then you can do a traditional open, just you're going to have to grab it and then open it up this way. It is a large knife, so I don't think that's going to be taken away from anything that's going to not scare people if you're going to open it up in your cafeteria or your break room or something like that. For the length of the blade, I took it from basically front to this level here. That came out to be 3.75 inches, and then 3.47 was from the tip to basically the tip of the handle here. It is a clip point blade for it as well. And then this is going to be a flat grind on the top of it. So basically all the way through, it is a flat grind at D2 blade steel. So that's going to be something that is up from their 8CR. It's not going to have a good corrosion resistance of about 7 percentile in comparison to other steels out there. Edge retention size is about 49 percentile for it. And then the handle itself is about 4.9 inches. Grip area, which is in here, is about 3.5. So you'll know what that is for yourself as far as what's comfortable for you. Behind the edge thickness for this one is about 6 sheets of paper. So getting that out of your printer, 6 sheets, and about 24 thousandths. The degree of ramp when closing it, so when you actually close it down, it does still have a detent that's here. So that's going to be about 23 degrees. And then blade stock is about 2.7 millimeters for it. And then it's going to be right hand tip up carry only. So it is not reversible. So there's a groove on this side. And that's one of the things that's really positive about this is that pocket clip is really, really good. It is something that's easy in and out of the pocket. It's kind of similar to the Real Steel Luna as far as how it is, because it doesn't have any type of interference in there from screws at all. And then it's just kind of held in from the inside instead of having screws go from the outside in. So that's kind of a nice thing about the actual clip. So it's only about 1 pound, 2.8 ounces to actually pull it out of the pocket. So nothing that should rip up your jeans or pants as you're carrying this around for yourself. And then the frame, there's some little kind of finish issues. So at the frame area, this is a little bit sharp along here. So that's not ideal for it, but that's going to be something that it is there for a knife that's an MSRP of $100. It's not the best thing, but it does have a pretty good release to actually get it closed. For me, when I close it, so it does hit down on your thumb as you're closing it. That's where I compare it to the Blur. So the Blur is really my main Speedsafe knife, and that's going to be this style here. So there's a thumb stud only, and then you can actually, when you close it, that spring catches it and it doesn't actually interact with your finger at all. So it actually, I feel, is a whole lot more satisfying as far as the use for this knife. And then the size-wise is pretty close to it as well, between the Payout and the Blur. This Blur has a little bit of a recurve. Some people don't like that at all. You could sharpen that out if you'd like to. But I'm going to be able to handle the one from Randy. So Randy let me sent over a knockout, because I haven't tried a knockout before. So that's going to be, oh, pick up the wrong knife. So that's going to be this knife compared to this knife. We're going to look at that and see if the knockout takes out the Blur for me. So that's going to be the flipper and thumb stud, and also there's just a thumb stud, and that's just a flipper. So we're going to see what also Mace wants to say about it, so he can talk about it. So I'll close down the knives here, and he'll give his opinions for it as well, and then see what his opinion on it, and I'll give you my buy, borrow, or void after that. So go ahead, Mace, what do you say about this one?
I like it because it matches the colors.
The colors match? Mm-hmm. Between this, the black, and that black as well. Mm-hmm. So it is aluminum for the collar. Also the back spacer is aluminum that's anodized copper. So right here on the this collar side as well is that copper anodization for aluminum. What else do you like about it?
I like this thingy right here.
Yeah, there's the style of it, the way it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess for you, which one would you pick as far as between these two knives?
That one. You
would pick the Blur as well. So that's where, just from aesthetics reasons, he would also choose the Blur. So that's where I am for it. Price-wise, this is going to be a little bit more custom inlays, but it's one that I was after for a while, so that's where it kind of became worthwhile, and I did pick that up. But the Blur is not a bad one. If you'd like Speedsafe, then it's going to be all right for you. But I think it almost would be a little bit better without the flipper, and if it was a thumb stud. But they just would have to change the orientation, because if you were just to take it down like the Blur, it would actually get you, if you're actually releasing it, just the way the orientation works for it. So that's where it would be a borrow. If you are able to get a handle on this, then pick it up, get it in hand, figure out if it works for you. It's not something that I would say to avoid, but it's also not something I would say, yeah, get out there and buy it. I would say buy a Blur if you don't have one of those. And it does wear in over time, so you are going to get a drop shut action for it. Right out of the box, it normally doesn't do that, but it does do that once you have it for a little bit. But that's going to be just about all I have to say about that one. Do you have anything else to say about this knife?
No.
Nope, nothing else to say about it. So that's about it. Thank you very much.